All right, guys, welcome to another daily recap, October 3rd, 2019. So it's been a little while since we did the last daily recap. And the way I do daily recaps is this. Whenever I find that there's something to teach, I will teach it. I don't want to bombard you guys with the same old stuff over and over that doesn't, because what's going to happen is this, guys. You guys are going to learn a concept. It's going to take you a while to kind of figure it out, to learn that concept, right? So that's why I don't want to like bombard you guys with too much concepts at once. So we want to stagger it. So this is a good opportunity. The reason I wanted to do the recap today was this. I took a week off of trading. I took a week off to do the San Jose meetup. I met a lot of great people there. It was freaking fantastic. I partied my brains off. I worked my ass off. Alex was there. The whole team, Tosh, everybody was there. It was fucking amazing. And so, dude, I'm like stuck in this, not really a party mode, but a non-work mode. I wake up around 4:08 every day for trading. I wake up, I go through my routine. So let me talk about that really quick. You have to have a process. You have to have a routine. And the routine goes outside of trading, okay? Like a golfer, okay? A golfer, before he hits, he has his routine. He's doing the same thing over and over. So it becomes like a reflex, like he doesn't even think about the routine. It just happens. So you need to develop a good routine. And the good routine is basically it starts before you even get into your office. Okay? Did you sleep well? Did you fight with your girlfriend? Did you have, good breakfast? Things like that. Are you tired? Are you hungover? And so if any of those external personal issues come up, dude, you maybe should not trade that day. And that's what I do. It's like I come to work fully or I don't trade. But I've been doing this so long that I do trade hungover, which is not advisable. But now, it's a reflex to me. It's okay. But so I haven't been trading for the week. I've been waking up really late. I've been staying up really late and waking up really late, right? And I've been like hungover and partying with Alex and stuff, because I haven't seen him in a while. And so I forced myself today to get back into the daily routine, man. I woke up at 4 o'clock and I'm like, dude, 4 o'clock, I'm just so tired. I'm like, I don't want to work today. So this is what happens, man. I wake up, I'm like, fuck, man, I don't want to go to work. I don't really need to go to work. I have enough. And I'm like, fuck, maybe I'm just gonna go play. But my work ethic forces me up because I'm like, dude, I gotta get my ass up. I have to get back into the routine. So you have to do it. So the guys left and I woke up at 4 o'clock. I was hella tired, so pissed off, hungover, what the hell the reason? But I'm not really hungover. I slept early, but you guys get the idea. You have to get back into the routine. So now I'm back in the routine, man. And it feels freaking great, man. When I got back into the routine, everything clicked. So when I sat down today, I was scared. Like Alex said, we didn't trade in a while. Let's size down all this stuff. So for me, honestly, I didn't even think about that. Because the reason I didn't think about that because, dude, I've been doing this so long. It's a process. What am I scared of? What am I fucking scared of? I don't want to get into that what if stuff. So there's two types of people, which is cool. It's completely fine to do that. But I don't want to get into this, oh shit, I'm scared. Because the moment you start thinking you're scared, you are going to be fucking scared. Don't want to think about that. Have trust in your process. So I woke up today, I had trust in my process. Everything was fine. I didn't deviate from my process. I went to the bathroom on time. I had a regular bowel movement. I ate my cup of noodle. I got my water. I was scanning the markets in the morning. I got back into my routine. So why am I scared? I had really no FOMO because the rest of the week, I looked back and every stock was dead. There's nothing moving. And I was content with not trading today. And I was like, cool, I don't want to trade. I'm tired. I'm going to go back to bed. So actually, I didn't want to trade. I was like hoping that nothing moved. But then a lot of things moved. But that's why I was able to do – I'm going to show you what I traded. But that's why I was not scared, dude. I was not scared because I didn't think about being scared. So try that technique. Try not even think about anything negative. Dude, I try to be very positive. So instead of saying, oh, I'm scared, do the reverse and say – think about only the positive things. Okay, I'm going to go stick to my process. I'm not going to have FOMO. So, you know what I'm saying? So there's two ways to do it, right? You can say, oh, I'm scared. What if I enter too early? So do the reverse. Do the positive, okay? I am going to wait for my lines. I'm going to have patience. I'm going to set my stops. I'm going to stick to my process. Those are the positive reinforcements versus thinking negative, okay? And so when I woke up, my daily routine is always look at the low-hanging fruit to see what is moving, what's not from the previous day, right? So the low-hanging fruit was VIV. They're all dead, dude. Nothing moved. They're all dead. There's really no low-hanging fruit. SES, perhaps. But I didn't go until later. But the great thing was when I woke up, there was a bunch of stuff on the scanner, man. Let's take a look at that. So what was the big one we traded today? OBLN, right, guys? Let's take a look at that. Now we're pissed because it's all the way fucking down, man. Okay. So I woke up, OBLN ran out. So the first thing I always do, I do the same thing over and over and over and over. It's the same routine, same process. So the first thing I do is I pull up FinViz and I look up OBLN. The reason I'm looking at FinViz is so I'm looking at the float. The float is 5 million. Cool. I love 5 million because it's not too small and it's not too big. If it's too big, it's not going to move much. If it's too small, dude, it may move too much, right? And so 5, in my opinion, for myself, is a huge sweet spot. I love it because it moves percentage-wise enough for me to make money, but it's not too small for me to get squeezed. And so I'm looking at this, 21%, whatever, it's fine. Then I always check this. BAM SEC. Looking at the filings. I'm not a filings expert. You can't be the best of everything. And so I just know enough. I'm going, whoa, there's an effective, there's a sort of possible dilution. But by knowing that there's that, just because they have possible dilution or they can dilute doesn't mean they will dilute. But what I'm looking for is this, guys. I'm looking for the fact that they are possibly diluting. It means that the company's a piece of shit. It means that the company needs money. No, so I don't trust that they will dilute. That's how you blow up your account. A lot of these guys who are filings experts, fundamentals gurus, they go, oh my God, this company is going to dilute all this because they registered to dilute. They have an effective on all this. And then I want to load up, and that's why they get killed. Okay? For me, price action dictates everything. Knowing the fundamentals behind the scenes helps you with your conviction, with your thesis, but does not mean you should go all in. Okay? Price action dictates. So when I'm looking at this, I don't think of, oh, they will dilute. I'm thinking they can dilute if they want to, perhaps. It just means that this company sucks. It needs money. Okay? That's basically what I'm looking for, guys. The only way you know if they really would sell into this is hindsight. So now I'm looking at the chart. Oh, it's obvious they're selling. Oh, it's obvious. But at that time when that fucking spike into 220, how did you fucking know they're going to fucking sell? If you knew you would mortgage your house, you cannot fucking do that shit. All I know is if they can, and it's a pig, it's a piece of shit company. And so then I look at the big chart to see the lines. So this is the process I use. So you guys understand what I mean by I'm looking at the filings. I'm not necessarily, because I'm not a filing expert, I'm not going to know exactly if they're going to sell. How do you know they're going to fucking sell? Just because they can't sell doesn't mean they're going to sell. Well, all these guys trapped too. And so, but just knowing that it's looming, is out there, it means that the company's is in trouble. It needs money, right, guys? So I'm painting the big picture. So I always start with the 1 year and go, okay, dude, they're diluting like hell, man. Look at this. This stock was a $30 stock, so they keep fucking diluting all this shit down, right? So it confirms my thesis that this stock is a pig. It sucks. So I'm zooming in. I'm always zooming in to see what information. I keep zooming in. Damn, this thing's diluting like crazy. So until I zoom in to the point where I can see something that gives me information. Okay, so right there, 2 months, boom. What do you see? 225. You see that, guys? Huge resistance around this 225 line. Huge resistance. I look fucking awesome, dude. I'm gonna wait fucking there. So let me show you what I did. Let me move this over here. I traded with 2 counts. multiple accounts, more than two, but one bigger than the other. The reason I do because the locates, like one broker, I use Cobra. They have a lot of awesome locates, but then just in case they don't have it, I have another broker that has it with a bigger account. Here's my OBLN, guys. 220 line. You set? So what I did was this. I just fucking waited, dude. My fantasy orders all fucking hit. I top ticked that shit up here. See, me and Alex is now my competitor, just like my old buddy David, because we trade exactly the same now. That's the way it is. We have a process and we stick with the process. The reason we lose or I lose is because I deviate from my process. I have FOMO, man. I have freaking FOMO. I knew 220 was a line, but I still entered early at 214. But it's all partials, right? I'm scaling up. I don't know if I had if you guys like had no FOMO like me, or you had, because I'm trading more size than you guys, but but you could have waited for 220, or you could have waited for 225, and boom, perfect top tick. Perfect top tick. But you see how I got that. Dude, it's not rocket science. It's simple, but it's not easy. It's having FOMO. It's being fearful. Like, dude, when it got there, people were scared, man. I'm pretty sure if you didn't have the orders out, you'd be scared. You thought fucking 250 was coming. You thought chat room was pumping. You know what I'm saying? So I trust my process. My process includes technical analysis, which includes the simple lines, man. Simple lines, 225. You guys see that? And then went down, I covered line to line. So you see this 198, this support right here? Boom. So this line is a pivot line here too, guys, 198. Boom. What do you think I covered? I go line. If it goes up to the next line, I know my risk. Okay, so that's a good question. They always ask, "Oh man, how'd you know? What was your risk?" It's like, dude, I don't freaking know. The next line would be 250, but I'm okay. I'm scaling it. I know my risk. I know what's going on. I don't have this fucking fear. Who the fuck knows? It could go to $10. Who the fuck knows? But dude, for some reason it works. It works all the time. You just have to mitigate your risk, guys. I don't use all my bullets. This is still front side. You notice I barely use any bullets. I only had 3 orders. I could have scaled, but then when it went, so I covered when it went down, and I'm like, oh shit. So when it went down, like, I want more shares. The first time I didn't do enough shares, right? It's still the front side, right? It's still the front side, guys. It's still the front side. And so when I'm like, please go back up. And so when it went back up, I did more size. So I had more size here. And I covered the same area. Boom, done. Done for the fucking day, guys. That's it. Done by 9:45. There we go. That's my day. I actually traded this on 2 accounts, which I'll show you. Let me see. Just kind of a little more FOMO. Did a 207. Scaled here, covered. Same exact thing. So I made money on 2 accounts. Why did I trade 2 accounts? Fucking why not? I usually use 1 or 2, but if I like it so much, why not make money across 2 accounts? So I like that 220 line so much. The second time I went back, it's like free money, extra money, not free money, but that's it. You see how simple this trade was? It's not easy. Simple does not mean easy. Simple means the concept of how you got this trade. That was it, guys. That was it. Then I went to look for my microphone. Then I missed all the move down. I would have stayed here, just scalped the crap out of this. Challenge traded it. Any questions on this OBLN? It's as simple as that, guys. Here, let me show you the P&L. This is trading small size too. I didn't trade that much size, guys. I did not trade that much size. Let me see. I don't like to show P&L, but today I said I was doing it just to show you guys that does not take much size. Does not take much size, guys. Doesn't show you the shares I traded though. But they add up. So I made over $5,000 within half an hour, dude. Using not much size. I'm scaling each one of these. Let me see. I only had 10,000 shares max on both sides. That's it. So it wasn't that much size. Because remember, it's still front side. And I kept thinking what Alex said. Oh, I don't want to get FOMO because I'm like, dude, I would have done my normal size. I would have made like a lot more money. But I'm like, shit. So Alex kind of scared me, but which is wise though. Which is wise. I mean, you got to be cautious about that. But when you trust your system, it's like, why should you be scared? Don't be scared, guys. Trust your fucking system. Keep doing what you're doing. Okay, so that was that. Let's go down the list. Any questions on OBLN, guys? Very simple. This stock conforms to the chart, man. Freaking love it. 225. And you notice this. The first time around, this is the front side. Okay? You don't have to trade like this. You don't have to short the front side like I did. But I'm a crazy guy, so I like to do it off the lines, right? This is what I call the first resistance. You could have done it on the second line. Okay, so when it rejected, I covered and when bounced back up. That's when you can short. Okay, a more safe play is not to do the front side, is to wait for the top to be set. Okay, I happened to top ticket because I had the lines out, but it could have gone to 250. You're right, it could have went to 250. In that case, I don't know what I'll do. Don't ask me what I'll do, right? Because it's now that I know what's going to happen, of course, it's easier for me. So on the second try, when it went back up, that's when you should short. Okay? Scale on the way back up. Okay? When the top is set, the more safe short would be on the second bounce back up. And that's why I can able to do more size here. You see that, guys? With more confidence, more size here. So I made, let me see, like 3,000 on that. Using not much size. The stock barely moved like 20 cents. You see what I'm saying, guys? You don't need much. You do not need much size to make money, to make good money. Why did I short at 1030? Oh, I don't know. I went back up. I wanted to short and make more money here. So I made another little money scalp. What was your question? Why did you short at 1020? Why did I short at 1020? Why? Why not? It came all the way down to 188. It bounced all the way up to the VWAP. This is a VWAP reclaim. But it didn't VWAP reclaim too much. It didn't hold. So that's why I took some nibbles to see. Okay? So this is the way I trade these. Okay? Once the top is set, I can be more confident on the next bounce up to scale back to that line. Then I took the cover at the same spot. It went back down. I was pissed, but who cares? Left money on the table. I took the meat of the move. That's completely fine. You have to be okay with missing these trades. You cannot get the top. You cannot get the bottom. Don't worry about it. Get the meat. And then when it went back up, this is the VWAP line. And that's where I started to try it. I'm trying to see if there's a VWAP reclaim or is a VWAP rejection. In this case, it was a VWAP rejection. Any questions? Pretty straightforward, right, guys? Another one is, I'm going to move on. Is that cool? Moving on. This was the best trade of the day, man. This was the best trade. It had a lot of volume. 5 million float, sweet spot. I'm looking at the volume. The volume was nowhere near the float rotation. So I was able to be more confident. And coupled with the fact that there's looming dilution, the possible dilution, all these painted the picture, all these added more conviction. You would say, I hate that word conviction, man. Conviction is like a convict, which is like a criminal, right? I hate that word. Which gave me more confidence, let's say. How to recognize rejection. Will you scale? Don't ask these questions what I'll do at 250 because it didn't go there yet, guys. I hate these what ifs because I already know what happened. How can I tell you what I would have done at that moment? I hate that question. I really don't know what I would do that moment. It becomes instinctual. I usually have this rule where I really don't really stop out until 10:30. I save my bullets. I know where the next line is, so I would have kept scaling at 250 to be honest, because I was not that much sized here, dude. I could have one more. So this is, to me, is one line I scaled. I usually do 2 lines I scale. 225 was the line. Let me see, let me show you. The next one would have been 250 right here, 225 here, and then 250. That's it. If it's over 250, we go, oh fuck. That's the oh shit. Oh shit. Then I lose. Then I lose. I stop out and wait for $3. But having the patience to wait for that line helped me. I didn't scale size in too early. I waited for that line to hit. You look to see if it rejects and holds. I mean, you add volume, like Joe says, volume is the key. You see how much volume is being pushed up. But it's a feeling, guys. It's not like it's not quantifying this. I'm not quantifying the volume. People keep saying, oh, how much volume? Like, fuck, dude, it's a feeling. You watch the tape. This is where tape reading comes in. I hate talking about tape reading because if you read the tape wrong, it's like reading Chinese, man. You're gonna get the wrong thing. You're gonna be ordering. It's like that chick that got, what's her name? That chick that got the Chinese tattoo, the Japanese tattoo. It turned out to be like, I love barbecue or something. It's fucking funny, right? That's what tape reading is like. Tape reading is like getting a Japanese or Chinese tattoo, and it's you think it's about love, and it turns out to be I love barbecue, you know? Barbecue grill right there. Yep. Grande. Yep. she got a tattoo, some Japanese tattoo, and it turns out to be I love barbecue grill or something. Barbecue grill. It's not even barbecue. It's I love barbecue grill. She got a tattoo of it. But anyways, that's tape reading to me, man. If you misread the tape, it's like getting a freaking tattoo that says I love barbecue grill. All right, so that's OBLN, guys. You guys understand that concept. I'm waiting for the line to hit and then hit and I execute. That's it. This is actually a very straightforward trade, man. Very straightforward. So I'm blessed that we have opportunities like this. And that's because the volume sucks, guys, to be honest. The volume on small cap has been really bad. That's why we're not seeing these huge movers that keep moving. In order for it to keep moving, you need to have volume. Volume is demand. So basically it comes out to demand and supply, right? Supply and demand. We have a lot of shares being supplied, but there's not enough demand to keep it up. Too much supply, not enough demand. If there's volume is huge, you see the volume increases. Look, this volume is dropping. There's not enough volume to move these stocks. And that's the problem with these stocks, man. There's not enough volume. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one, NNVC. Did I trade this here? Nope. NNVC was this. It was just a small trade. I only had like 2,500 shares or something. Small trade I made down to here. Only made $200. Nothing big. It's like a feeler trade. Why not? Why did I do that? Let me see. At 9:30. Okay, the reason why I did this. Okay, let me show you. So I woke up, this sucker was 260. So I'm like, fuck, please go back to 260. Please go back to 250. So that scales all the way here, guys. I have fantasy orders all the way here. It didn't hit. So the first thing it hit was this 230 line. So that's where I got the 230 line. You see that? So it hit my first line. I top ticked it here. I was actually trying to scale 230, 240, 250, 260. I don't mind. It's a piece of crap company anyway. So not enough volume. Just not enough volume to do anything. So I blindly covered out. That's it. I made a little bit of money on it. OBLN. Okay, VIVE. Let's do VIVE. Shit, this thing went all the way back down. Okay, VIVE. There we go. I actually traded VIVE on 2 accounts again. Let me see what's the best way to show you this. Let me show you on this. Okay, VIVE. So I use 410, and I wanted to do the scale to the 437s. These are the pivot lines, guys. You guys can get this. Joe, thanks, Joe. He made great videos on how to get this on your DOS and Think or Swim. So thanks, Joe. There's videos on how to get the pivot lines. And that's all I did, man. I scaled 410, and then I tried to do the 437. It didn't hit. So I was just scaling every 10 cents up. No big deal, small size. And it went back down. There's not enough volume as once again to cover. There's like hardly any volume to cover. I just took it off. I made like $300. What I did on 2 accounts, made another $380 on this account. Pure fantasy orders. Boom, boom. Filler trades, they add up. I knew exactly where I wanted to cover, where I wanted to short. Like 388. I covered like 384 here. Pretty good trade. Pretty quick, man. This took like this. I put out these fantasy orders. It hit. I turn around, it hit. Boom. That's it. It's so freaking fast, man. It's so freaking fast. Okay, so that's VIVE using pivot lines. You see this, guys? Let me see. So that's done with this account. So I only traded 2 stocks in this account. I made $2,500 using smaller size. Not even that big size, man. I think most. Let me see how many sizes I made. Only probably 8,000 shares. That's it. I didn't even use I was still scaling this stuff, on OBLN. So I didn't really size up. I was waiting 250. To be honest, I was saving half of it for 250. So if it hit 250 and went down, it would be good. But if it went to 250, it'd be kind of scary trade though, because then the VWAP and all that stuff, it would have been way over the VWAP. So I'm glad that it didn't go over that. But you always have to be careful, guys. You can't go all in on the front side. On the way back up, you can use more size. So on the way up, I was actually scaling. Let me show you. So on the way up, I actually had a bunch more orders up here too. Didn't hit. So I was scaling all the way back up to the high of the day where this was. So this is why you see me scale a lot more size than the initial run. Because on the way back up, the chart has been formed. So I'm just using that same existing resistance line to scale in. And I scaled out of the same exact area. Took the meat of the move. Sure, it could have went more, but fuck, dude. This is how I trade. It's just not the best way to trade. I exit way too early, but that's the way I do it, man. I make my money, I go to sleep. Okay. Let's see, what's the next one? Yeah, man. Cobra had all these shares for very cheap locates. So Cobra's like a broker we recommend. They give free shares on locates on some, and the rest you pay. And I paid very little. Let me show you what I paid. Shit. Oh well, who cares if they see my account? What the fuck they're gonna do with my account number, right? Look, cheap, man. OBLN, I got it from Cobra by calling in, but these are cheap. Only paid like 0032. Okay, so I'm done with the OBLN and then VC. Let's go. What else I saw here? Let's see. I traded NIO. Let me see why I traded NIO. Let me show you. Zombied. NIO zombied. NIO zombied, guys. There was a zombie play. This was just a small, fun trade because what I did was I used yesterday's chart, and because this is a low hanger, meaning not really a low hanger, is a continuation play. So I just used yesterday's chart. I had only one order to hit, 2,500 share starter. So it was only 2,500 shares I used. 164. Look at that. I top ticked it. I just used yesterday's resistance, man. I placed a fantasy order. Boom, it hit. I fucking covered on the way down. Done. Never looked back. And then it zombied. This is, so the person asked me, this is the VWAP. It reclaimed the VWAP. It held the VWAP. That's the key. Confirmation of holding the VWAP. Yeah, I had too many screens, dude. I'm moving all this stuff. So this is a very good example of a VWAP. Okay, so let me talk about this. This is a very good example for you long traders. This is an example of what's called a VWAP reclaim. This is the VWAP. What a VWAP is a volume weighted average price, which means it takes into account all of the trades and what the average price that each person paid in totality, right? And the way, there's two types of VWAP. There's many VWAPs, okay? This is an intraday VWAP that calculates also pre-market. So you got to be careful. There's a bunch of VWAPs out there, guys. You can Google this and figure out what the VWAP is. It could be multi-day VWAP. This guy could be, you know what I'm saying? So be careful. VWAP is a great indicator to see intraday kind of strength, but it's not the Bible. It's not the law. It's not physics. It's just another theory, another indicator just to help you guide, okay? You have to layer these indicators. So people don't understand this, but dude, if you don't have this checked, you would not see the pre-market, okay? There's a big difference. If there's tons trading pre-market, this is not clicked, you will see a different VWAP. And there could be VWAPs for the week. If a giant fund came in and started accumulating this thing 2 days ago, you would not even see that. So you have to be careful. But this is a very great indicator to see that it reclaimed. And notice, this is it. When it reclaims, dude, it went over, actually not that much over. But this is the key to knowing that it held the VWAP. The confirmation is more important, guys, than the actual break, because when it breaks, it could be a false break and go back down. But look, it went up, it held the VWAP. Went up, held, boom. You see that, guys? This is an example of a VWAP reclaim confirmation. That's why it goes up like this. It trapped. These are the sneaky plays I keep telling you guys, okay? The sneakiest plays is a stock that looked dead. It looked dead. Look, it looked dead. But it held. Look at the pivot line. It held. And look at the line, guys. Look at the support, 145. Remember, I always use the previous day's charts as a guideline. And that's what charts are. That's what technical analysis is, right? It's like a mirror, man. Look at this. 145 held yesterday, the day before. 145 held again. I was not actively trading NIO. I was trading OBLN, so I didn't have this up. So I didn't see this. I just wanted the quick money. This was an extra free money for me. I mean, like that. I don't care if it's a couple $100, man. If I can make easy $200, I'll make it. 225 I made. This is just a fantasy freebie play for me. It's like picking money from the ground if you do it right, right? So I placed a short at the top, 165 line, and I covered. And then it reclaimed. I don't give a damn if it reclaimed or not. My plan, remember, you make the plan, you plan your trade, and you trade your plan. My plan was not to keep aggressively hitting this. My plan was just to make this move and get the hell out. Boom, boom, get the hell out. Because that's not my main play. My main play was OBLN. So I was actively looking at OBLN. And this was a fantasy order I put out. And I go, oh, cool. I top ticked it. But if you take a look at this, 145 from yesterday, 145 held again. VWAP reclaim, VWAP confirmation, it held the VWAP, and that's when it starts moving up, guys. So take a look at this pattern. It's very important for long traders. This is one pattern that you can consistently, knock on wood, make money, guys. Because what's happened is this. It trapped a lot of the shorts down here. It got rid of. So there's two things when it does this, okay? Obviously, it traps the shorts. Shorts think it's over. They start slamming because they're thinking, oh, 120 is coming, and they get trapped. But more importantly, the reason they do this is not necessarily to trap the shorts, but also to get rid of the weak longs. Because the longs, if there's too many longs in, they become a short because they have to sell on the way up, right, guys? So they want to clean out the guys that are weak-handed. They call them the weak longs, right? Weak because, oh, shit, they get spooked and they sell. So they got spooked and they all sold. So who's left to sell, guys? Who's left to sell? So all longs that wanted to get out, got out. That's why they spiked down. It's called a panic sell, right? They panic the longs and they trap the shorts all in one move. They panicked the longs, got rid of all the weak longs, trapped all the amateur shorts, and then when it moved back up, who's left to sell? The weak longs are gone. There's no one selling. The weak longs are gone. And they trap the shorts. So the shorts have to cover all the way up. So it's a double whammy. And this is a classic VWAP reclaim. So take a look at this. And 1030, boom, zombie. Same fucking shit. Same concept, guys. VWAP reclaim zombie. So we call it a zombie, but the technical term is a VWAP reclaim. That's not really a technical term. I think people call what they want to call, right? So I just use basic indicators. I use support, resistance, pivot lines, and VWAP. And any questions here, guys? So this is a great chart, man. Very clearly defined on if you overtrade, you get stuck. Example of getting rid of the weak longs, cleaning the stock. These are the terms that people use. They cleaned out the longs, cleaned out the weak longs. And now they're just fucking squeezing, man. And if you take a look at this, I do believe NEO is actually a big company. Let's see. Yep, that's right. Huge company, dude. It's a $1.8 billion company, dude. Just because it's a dollar stock doesn't mean it's institutional ownership's high. Almost 1 billion shares outstanding. So they do this stuff, man. They do this stuff. The funds trap people. There's a lot of money, big money in this, man. 50% of this owns institution, which would mean almost $1 billion institution owns. They're going to protect their money, dude. That's why I don't want to mess with it. I did my quick boom, boom, done. Get out. It's not a pig. It's not a pig like OBLN. So I focus on OBLN. Just because it's a $2 stock does not mean not all $2 stocks are the same, guys. You have to take a look at the float. You have to take a look at the market cap. You have to take a look at how much institutional ownership you have. Okay, so that's NBIO. What else we trade? Oh, this is a fun one. PDSB. I only got to my first line, man. I had 517 out, didn't hit. I was so mad, dude. I was scaling all this to 550. This was the one I wanted to size up. It got to my very first one. I was so pissed. So pissed. Did not make much money on this. Should have made a lot more money, but it's the front side of the stock. Let's take a look at the process we used once again. Let's pull this back up, guys. Okay, so this is SE. There's a PDSB. PDSB. Should have done it. Okay. What did I do? PBSD, I saw that it halted. Level up, level down, volatility halt. So I love these volatility halts. The reason why I love the halts, it gives me time to research them, guys. It gives me time to research the stock. When I see the haul, I go, cool, let me research instead of just running and then I miss the trade. So when it halts, it's like, cool. It basically now is everyone starts off the same. It's like the algos don't have the advantage anymore because now it halted for me as a human being to research. Algos can research within a millisecond. Humans going to take a few minutes. So let's take a look at what happened here. Make sure it's still recording. It's still recording. Yep. PBSD. Cool. 2 million. Love it. People pumping it. Cool. Let's take a look. PDSB. This is what I noticed, guys. Ha. When it spiked up, I'm all over the $5. I had $5 and $5.50. $5.50 is really what I wanted with the option of 6. You see that? That's why my first entry was $5 line. Take a look at this. $5 line. Right here. $5 line. With scales near 550. So I was trying to scale it to 550. I went into 550 average. So I only had a small starter. You'd hit 550. Who knew? I was like, dude, this thing went so fast. So that's all I used. I used them on lines, man. I was not scared because of this reason. I knew where it's going to go next, potentially. If it broke $5 and it held $5, 550 was the next. Then $6. And I'm like, cool. I'm okay with that because I'm scaling up. I'm not all in, dude. I'm small size still, relatively small size, right? But the fact is I already knew from my lines where the next line would be. I call it line to line. That's why I'm not scared. So what am I going to be fucking scared about? If I knew what's going to happen, if I'm scared, go smaller size, guys. Don't go fucking 5,000 shares one shot. Do 1,000 shares if you're scared, right? You lose $500 if it goes wrong. But if you don't want to take a $500 loss, do 200 shares. Then you take a $100 loss. You place fantasy order. How do you take profits? I put fantasy orders out to take profit, and then when it hits, I turn around, and then I get out manually my positions. Exits are tough, man. I don't know where the hell the exit bomb is. Just line to line. I cover at the support, I short at the resistance. When it halted, I had my orders out. Fantasy orders out. My fantasy orders are small size, guys. Fantasy orders for me are small size. I don't put that large size on fantasy orders. I put small size. When they hit, then I go back and take a look. Then I manually then start to add orders if I want. This is what it looks like. Fantasy orders, small size, and then when it goes back up, boom, I'm adding myself manually. So I stagger out my fantasy orders, small size. When they hit, then I go back and I just start adding more. So fantasy orders for me is not all in. But it depends on your size. If your max size is 1,000 shares, your fantasy orders can be your 500 and 500. It could be your whole thing. You don't have to manually add more. I just don't want to put 10,000 shares out there or 20,000 shares out there because if I do that, it may not hit or, you know what I'm saying? It would be too big. It'll scare people. The algos will react to 20,000 shares, 10,000 shares at one spot. So that's why I do small size and then I add manually. You can't cross your orders. You cannot cross your orders. You ask me these questions and management problems. It's like, dude, you shouldn't have 25,000 share orders out there. If you do, then I mean, you manage it. For you, it should be a couple of orders out around the line, scaling the lines. Okay, so that's PDSD, man. Once again, all comes down because I'm a day trader, guys. I don't care what's going to happen to the next week on this shit. I just want to get in, get the fuck out, make them meet. Pure day trading, guys. And as you see, man, you can make $1 on these real quick. What the hell am I stick around for? For me, I focus a lot on entries. I'm trying to be better on exits, but my personality is like a control freak. And so this is a part of trading that, you know, that is very different for some people. For some people, like they have FOMO, so they have a really bad entry, but they can recover by having patience on the exits. I'm not that kind of guy. I try to focus on my entries because if I focus on my entries, my exits, everything else is easier. I want to improve, obviously, on every part of my game, including the entries and the exits. But if the entries, I can control a lot more because of this reason. The entries I consider like playing blackjack at a casino and waiting and getting two cards, and you don't have to bet. So my entries are like waiting for the 20 blackjack hands. But for me, I have FOMO. I would enter at 18 instead of 20. And sometimes that gets me in trouble. But then I mitigate my risk. So that's why I focus a lot on entries, because entries help me with my exits. Some people are better at exits. Some people are better at entries. Some people are good at both. I just happen to be better at entries because I'm waiting I'm waiting for the blackjack hands to come that I like. But with the exits, I'm like, shit, dude, I don't know where the hell it's going to go. What if it doesn't get there? So I'm a control freak. My personality is like that. So you have to trade and be aware with your personality, guys. Everyone's going to be different, man. Some people have different personalities. Some people are okay with seeing it go up and down. I'm not like that. I like to take my money off, which is good or bad, but that's the way I trade. Everyone's different, man. Everyone's different. I'm not the best trader in the world. I make it work for myself. I work around my insecurities. I work around my flaws. I work around my personality defects, and then I try to maximize what I do well. That's what you do, man. So you have to mirror the technical side of trading with the mental aspect of trading. Okay. Do you only add more short after you see the stock reject? I don't really understand the question. So when it confirms, I'll add. I don't add when it's not confirming. I will scale because I'm getting the feeler in. That's the front side of the trading. That's tricky, guys. That's how you blow up your account if you keep adding. So to be safe, you should wait for confirmation to add. Like this. On the way up, I'm slowly adding, dude, because I'm using the 225 line, right? The first resistance theory. And I covered. On the way back up, I can be more aggressive on the second time because the top has been formed already. I need to see that top. I need to see that top form. When the top is formed, then I can get more confidence. Okay, so let's take a look what else is there. Oh, here's what I fucked up on. Fucking pissed off. I had blind orders out. I didn't even see this shit. It's a different thing. And then all of a sudden I was in at the $2 line. Then it fucking spiked up to 220. I was like, oh shit. So I added here. Then it spiked up even more. I was like, oh fuck. Right? So I'm in around 6,000 shares of this thing. Not much size, but when you're taking a look at this, let's take a look at this. SES. This is how I mitigate a loser, okay? So this is a losing trade for me. This is a losing trade for me. SES. I lost $21. Okay, so if a losing trade for you is around break even, fucking consider that a blessing. The reason why, because it went back down here, I didn't cover, man. Fuck, I didn't even see it. I would have covered it, taken it from $2 to $185. I would have taken it, dude. I would have taken it right at the VWAP line. See that? I did not have my fantasy covers out because this was not my main play. I looked and it was on the far side of the screen. I didn't even think you could see it, dude. When I saw it, I was like, oh fuck. It spiked up. I was like, oh fuck. And I didn't add more. I was like, okay, I'm content with 6,000 shares. Wherever it is, I had 6,000 or 8,000. I forgot what size I had. 6,000. It's just like, it's just a low-hanging fruit, guys. It was a continuation breakdown from yesterday. So when I looked at this chart, this is what I did, okay? I'll tell you exactly what I did. I shorted this. I added one more here, hoping it'll go back down here to cover. But it went up more, and it scared me. It went to 235. I'm looking at this. I'm like, oh shit, it could go up to 250. It can go up to 270. So I'm like already freaked out, right? I'm like, dude, this thing is like, it is super thin, guys. SES is super thin. Let's take a look at how thin it is. 1 million share float. Super thin. 23% ownership. So you gotta be damn careful, man. So this was a fucked up trade for me. I wasn't even watching this thing. I'm looking at this. Oh my god, dude! I'm like, dude, it could go up to 270, and I had a 205 average, and I did not want to ride from 205 to 270, guys. I did not want to ride from 205 to 270 because I'm looking at the previous day, and so when it went down, I took it off. I was like, fuck this shit. I could have held it and made money, but I'm like, dude, I better be safe to start. 10:30 is coming up. I'm getting the fuck out. Of course, when I covered this for even, $21 is pretty much straight even. It dropped 10 cents. I could have made $600 on it. But this is how I mitigated my risk. I was like, dude, I fucked up. I'm going to get the fuck out and live to fight another day. Please do more losing trades. And someone said on Twitter, someone said, why don't you ever post your losing trades? I was like, I do post my losing trades. It's just, I was very blessed this past month. I didn't have any losing trades. Knock on wood. Now I'm fucked myself. You guys just tricked me. This is my losing trade, $21. I was down $1,000 on paper on it. So you know when to just put the brakes on? I put the brakes on. I didn't add here. I put the brakes on. I was like, fuck, dude. I fucked up. I was looking at this thing. It was a million share float. It was a low hanger, but shit, dude. It's a low hanger that went over. So I'm looking at this, and so I thought the 205 pivot would be the line. So that's what I was trying to do. It would go 205. Now just make my little money, go back down to 180 and cover, right? 20 cents. Just a little money. I didn't think it's going to freaking go all the way to 235, 237, whatever the hell it was. When I got there, I got scared. And I just wanted out, so I got out. Let me tell me shares I had. I had 12. Let me tell me shares I had. Where can I see this share size? Let me take a look. Here, let's take a look here. Oh, duh. So stupid. SES. Okay, 1,500. 18. I want to add this up. It was around 6,000 or 8,000 shares. I think it was like 7,000 shares to be safe. I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter what it is. But the key is I fucked up. This thing scared me. It was so thin. It was a low hanger that could have went ballistic. I was afraid that someone's going to pump this thing as well. It's a million float. I would have been dead. That's 270. So I got the hell out and made sure I got the hell out before zombie times. Okay. And then one more JAGX. Nothing big. It got to my first level. I wanted. Okay, let's take a look at JAGX. This is the last trade I did. JAGX, I used when it checked. I was pissed. It went down, so I used this 114 line, guys. This pivot right here. You saw this thing. I only did 2,500 shares. That was my first order. It wasn't my main play. I just put it out there and it hit. I really wanted 125 up to here. So I was scaling it. It got to my first thing. And then it's tiny trade, man. No big deal. It's just so cheap that that was it, man. Freaking made $200. But as you see, they all add up, man. $200 here, $200 here, $600 here, $300 here. Paid out $2,500. No stress. No stress. The only stress I had was this losing trade on SES. They all add up. And then they add up to over $5,000. You know, done within the first half hour, dude. An L and Bell trade when it's most optimal to you, and that's it. $5,000, $3,000 may not sound much, but if I could do this every single day, knock on wood, with no stress, it adds up, man. It adds up. Does Jack, once it broke under VWAP, guys, Jagex is just no meat, man. There's hardly any meat on it. We lost the move from 140 down, so the meat was from the pre-market. But the volume pre-market was so little, I couldn't hit it early. I was hoping it bounced up, and I had fantasy orders all up here. It didn't hit. It broke down. I was like, fuck. So when it broke down, I actually waited. You see that, guys? So this was at the open. So during the pre-market, I was so pissed off it went down. I didn't chase it. I waited. I put a fantasy order. This was a fantasy order. I put a fantasy order at, I don't know how to read this shit, 112. I just put a fantasy order at 112 and hit. I was scaling up 112, and I think I had 119 or 120 to 124. I was scaling up. It hit this. It happened to be the top tick. Went down, and I just covered here. That's it. Live trading. Nothing to live trade right now. I use in the day of trading fish. I did some live trading because market used to move a lot more back then. So during the daily recap, I would be trading during the daily recap. In this case, there's really nothing to trade. Let's see. I would love to trade, man. Fuck. There we go. Please go back up. OBLN. Maybe I'll start trading. Now you're getting me hooked, man. Now you're getting me hooked. Let's go back to trading. I would do it. So I actually have open orders, dude. Didn't hit. OBLN, first starter, 207. I put this wall back out. And just, you know. Alex is going to kill me. See? I'm pretty much done, guys. Zombie time zone now. I'm not going to touch it. Come back maybe around 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock. You can look, but I'm pretty much done for the day, guys. I traded well, knock on wood. There's no sense for me to come back and try to make another few $100 and try and risking to lose thousands, right? Trade when it's most optimal. I'm pretty much straightforward today, guys. Any questions? I want to field some questions. These are all off the scanners we posted. These are all off the low-hanging fruit stuff we posted from the previous day. And they add up, man. These add up. I mean, you take a look at this. This is no super giant size trades I did. These are just feeler trades that happen to work. This is small size stuff, man. I mean, even 8,000 shares, 1,000 shares is a small size. Relative, I mean, it's a $20,000 position. I mean, it's like this. So people think that to make $5,000, you need to make, you know what $5,000 is, guys? Let me just reiterate it once again for you guys. This is the concept people do not understand, man. To make $1 million a year, if you can consistently make $4,000 a day, it's $1 million a year, guys. When you're thinking $1 million a year, most people think, oh, you need to trade like $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 a day, swinging up and down. No, dude. You need to just consistently make $4,000 a day. If you make consistently $200 a day, it's $50 grand a year, guys. When you start thinking about these terms, when you're thinking about consistency, it changes the way you trade. I'm trading to make money consistently with the least amount of stress. Okay? I'm not here to be a freaking hero to make $50,000 a day and the next day lose $50,000 again. So this is a good quote I like you guys seeing. One of the hardest skills to learn as a day trader is not trading. Being a full-time trader does not mean trading all the time. My job is to find the most optimal times to trade. Nail and bell and get the fuck out. Be consistent. I'm not going to stick around all day trying to fucking make $10,000. I can, but I'm going to risk it as well. So my new thing is, dude, it's like I'm going to trust my process and give what the process gives me. I haven't traded for a week. I came back. I trusted my process, and I really did size down, and I still made $5,000 because I'm always thinking about this, guys, being consistent. So I'm always thinking about being consistent, not to flex, not to do all this stuff. Just This is the thing that people didn't understand the way I traded back in the day. They never saw me like post giant P&Ls. I don't post P&Ls, but they said, oh, this guy only makes a couple $1,000s a day, a few $1,000s a day. But then they're like, what the fuck? How much you make at the end of the year? Yeah, some days I'll make fucking more than 4,000. I make 20,000, 100,000, what the hell it is, right? Some days I make less. But the key is if I can consistently make this is what you get. Does not take much, guys. Consistency is the name of the game, in my opinion. Okay. It's not how much you fucking make. It's how much you can consistently make it without losing big size. The problem people have is they'll make money consistently for a week, 2 weeks, and then blow it in one trade. And that's why I don't want to do. That's why I am fucking cutting my fucking losses. I could have fucking held this shit and made money, $600. I'm pissed, but I'm like, fuck, I did the right thing. I did the right thing. What if this thing went up to 270? I fucked up already. I want to get the fuck out. It's always live to fight another day. Let me see what the quote is. Consistency, opportunity. Yep. Here, I am going to post this so everyone can see this. Consistency equals opportunity. Worry about missed consistency, not missed opportunity. Right on, my friend. Right on. I think that's from Alex and Dr. Brett. Okay. Any questions, guys? This daily recap is actually short and sweet. I just want to reiterate consistency. That's it, guys. It's mind-boggling, man. I'm telling you, it's mind-boggling. All it takes is $200 a day to change your fucking life, to make $50,000. You can do this every day if you are focused and do not overtrade and stick to the process, guys. One trade is all you need. 1 or 2 trades. All right, guys, I'll let you guys go. It's been a great daily recap. We will post this up. We'll see you back in the room, guys. Have a great day, guys. I'm going to stop this now.